Ellwood City has had a long tradition in football being played at the Ewing Park Sports Complex, just a little drive from the school. But that's not where the Wolverine football started. The day, October 16th, 2023, will mark the 70th anniversary of football being played at Helling Stadium. But before there, football was played near the school grounds on a field called Lawrence Field, traditionally where the choir, band, and big gym are located today. The first season played at Lawrence Field, later named Lincoln Field, was in 1921. The field was located at the current parking lot at Lincoln High School. The last game played at Lincoln Field was October 3rd, 1953 versus Aliquippa. Aliquippa won 13-6. The last touchdown scored at Lincoln Field was a 50-yard touchdown pass from Reno Angelone to Ray Johnston from Ellwood City. But a big project was in the making that took over a year to plan, map out, and finalize, as the Wolverines would have a new home for the upcoming season. October 16th, 1953 was when the first football game was played in Ewing Park Sports Complex at Ewing Park Stadium versus Clairton. Clairton won 32-12. The first touchdown scored at the field was by Bill Hill for Clairton on a 9-yard run. Ellwood City's first touchdown in Ewing Park was a 43-yard touchdown pass from Reno Angelone, you guessed it, to Ray Johnston. More plans came together just a year later to make the complex that much more accommodating. The field house at Ewing Park Stadium was constructed in 1954. 15 years later, on September 12, 1969, Ewing Park Stadium was renamed Helling Stadium in honor of Dr. H.E. Helling, a local physician for more than 60 years and a school board member for 31 years. The last game played at the original field in Ewing Park, Helling Stadium, was on November 7, 1997, a playoff game versus Brownsville. Brownsville won 14-7. The last touchdown scored by Ellwood City on the field was a 33-yard touchdown run by Dave Gardner. The last touchdown scored on the field overall was a 25-yard touchdown pass from Mike Patitucci to Quentin Biddings. A new era was arriving for Ellwood City, and that included a new, reconstructed football field. The first football game played at the reconstructed Helling Stadium was October 10, 1998 versus Moon. Moon won 34-7. The first ever touchdown scored on the new field was a 1-yard run by Pat Miller from Moon. The first Ellwood City touchdown on the field was a 25-yard touchdown pass from Santino Sonny Riccio to Ben Lucarelli. The field has seen a lot of games played during that time, but the push for turf field lingered for several years, even decades. Finally, something big and new, never done before in Ellwood, was coming. Artificial turf was upon us for the Wolverines. The first game played at the current renovated Helling Stadium with artificial turf was October 14, 2023 versus Beaver Falls. Beaver Falls won 42-13. The first touchdown scored on the field was a 58-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Brickner to Richard Singleton. The first touchdown scored by Ellwood City on the new turf was a 17-yard run by Elijah Palmer McCain. Ellwood City has also had the ability to play soccer, have practice for the band, the cheerleaders, and the teams when weather is not permitting. Spring training and conditioning for other sports like baseball and softball can also be conducted on the new turf field, opening new possibilities to future plans and activities. As the history continues to build for Ellwood City and Lincoln High School, one thing is certain: build it and they will come. Thanks to Darren Schilling, Lincoln High School administration, as well as our great friend at Lawrence County Memoirs, Jeff Bales Jr. Please check out his website for more information regarding all things Lawrence County Memoirs at lcmemoirs.com. Rivalries have always been a thing in the WPIL football season. Rivalries become a natural thing when two teams are just separated by 3 little miles. When those rivalries occur in section play, they become even more meaningful. But when those rivalries have playoff implications involved where both teams need a victory, they become elevated to another level. A level where both teams are in a do or die situation. Two schools who share the same town name where all the students and athletes know each other and may have even played with each other before they were split by two school colors, green and blue. A bitter rivalry compared to those at the college ranks where both teams may know each other well, but don't have to like each other on and off the field. A hard-hitting game where the players know where giving your all may not just be enough, but may be won by that team that goes the extra distance. Game on the schedule that everybody waits for, no matter if you are winning a lot of games or losing a lot of games. A game that could ultimately determine the success of the season. The Riverside Panthers, the Ellwood City Wolverines, two teams just separated by 3 miles. A rivalry that has changed hands back and forth. A rivalry coined with a name that will forever be a true rivalry. The RivEll Cup. The 38th meeting of the RivEll Cup is next on Ellwood City Sports.
Hi friends, and a very pleasant good evening as we come to you from Riverside High School, where tonight our Ellwood City Wolverines have traveled just a few miles across town to take on the Riverside Panthers. Thad Sturgeon alongside Brad Windhorst and Dakota Marshall on the cameraman duties here tonight. And what a beautiful night for football. The rain is out of the way that came through here at about 4 or 5 o'clock, and radar looks clear. If you're not here and want to get here, we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff, so head your way this way. Tonight's senior night here for the Riverside Panthers, and they're doing the introductions now of the band, cheer, and football. So, but Brad, what a huge matchup here tonight.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, not only here, but around Whitfield, this is one thing that most of Western PA does not do, that District 7 does do, that I'm glad they keep. 9 times out of 10, all of the rivalries will be that last week of the year. And even if they aren't making playoffs or that there is playoff implications, whatever it may be, that game just becomes elevated that much more at the end of the year.
Well,
100%.
like we were talking here tonight, Brad, you got Riverside Ellwood week. If both teams were 0-9, this would be a huge game. Coincidentally, they're not both 0-9. Ellwood City coming in with a record of 4-5, 2-4 in section play. Riverside Panthers 1-7 and 1-5 in section play. Brad, go over our playoff implications on this game here tonight.
Yep, we'll throw up the standings real quick. We know for sure Mohawk, Neshannock, Beaver Falls, and Western Beaver are all in. Here's those matchups tonight for the MAC Conference. Ellwood and Riverside. Mohawk is at Neshannock. That's on LCSN. New Brighton's at Freedom. That's on NFHS. And if you have a paid subscription, you can watch it. Don't recommend it. Beaver Falls is at Western Beaver on Saturday. That will be on the Beaver County radio as well. But with those matchups, the big one tonight, not only here, Mohawk at Neshannock. That will determine the number 1 seed and the number 2 seed from the MAC Conference. Then our game here will determine the last seed that gets in, the 5 seed. The other matchup on a Saturday afternoon at 12:30 is Beaver Falls traveling to Western Beaver. That is for the 3rd and 4th seed. So all 3 matchups tonight have meaning. And indirectly, New Brighton at Freedom also means something back to this one. So this is what Whitfield wanted. They got what they wanted. I don't blame them. I love it. I enjoy it. 4 games in the MAC, and all of them mean something. And I think ultimately that Mohawk-Neshannock game, whoever wins that game will probably most likely get the number 2 seed in the playoffs. But there is a highlight, and we do have it on our list of out-of-town games, and we're going to check on it, is McGuffey Sports Network is covering Washington at McGuffey. Whoever wins that will most likely get the 1 seed. If it's Washington, no doubt 1 seed. If it's McGuffey, there's a chance that Mohawk or Neshannock could potentially slide to the 1 seed. But it's all for naught.
Well, and more importantly, all of that, a whole lot going on there. But if you're an Ellwood City Wolverines fan tuning in, the Ellwood City Wolverines win tonight. They're in the fifth seed, and they're in the playoffs.
And you can almost guarantee they'll probably be the lowest seed, but we don't care.
Well, we're talking playoffs and in the 2012 drought. But on the flip side, it's hard to imagine that a 1-7 team is
With
still
2
alive. Is still alive for the playoffs, because if Riverside wins tonight and New Brighton pulls an upset and beats Freedom, all of a sudden the Riverside Panthers are looking at a playoff run. So be thankful. They're putting 5 teams in. Personally, I think that's too many, but nonetheless, we don't make the rules. We got to follow them. And quite simply, the Wolverines win tonight. They go into the playoffs for the first time since 2012.
2011,
I beg your pardon, 2011. So the Wolverines, as I said, coming in with that record of 4-5, 2-4. Going to be a lot. The featured players, of course, for the Wolverines. Chris Smiley coming in with throwing the ball 98 for 193. A clip of just a little over 50%, 1,471 yards, all kind of records being made and broken. He did last week become the single-season passing record for Ellwood City. Chris, a junior, comes in here with 16 TDs thrown and 8 interceptions. That interception mark much improved over last year. When Chris is not throwing the ball, he's handing the ball off to Elijah Palmer McCain. If you look at the WPIAL standings and listings every week, you've seen his name in there for the last 5 weeks. He has run for 1,239 yards, 6.0 average, which is huge. And to go along with all those carries, he got 12 touchdowns to go along with it. Don't forget Luciano Gagrick. We'll see him carrying the ball. He's carried 51 times for a 5.2 average. And on the receiving side, the big target, Michael Walters, standing, 6'4" or 5", whatever it might be. 32 receptions, 492 yards. But, Brad, I see you got up on the screen there. Take away with this RivEll.
Yeah, there's nothing fancy here. I don't have to worry about names at all. It is literally the RivEll Cup Series. All-time series record is 37 official games. This is the 38th meeting of the RivEll Cup. Riverside holds the all-time series record of 22-15. But if you go back to 2013, it was 15-15. So since 2013, Riverside has gone on a 7-game winning streak. So up to that point, it was 15-all, and the way it should be. Since then, 7 wins by Riverside. Last year, it was 28-0 a game that Riverside actually pretty well dominated all 4 quarters, but a 28-0 game there. Most points by Ellwood back in 2013, and the reason why that's key, that was their last win against Riverside, 58-21. For the flip side, I got to see this one firsthand from the sidelines. Riverside's biggest in total points was back in the day, 2007. They put up 69. It was 66-0 at halftime in that one.
What year was that?
2007. And I was on the sideline because I was in the band, and I remember watching that one. They had a JV team in by the second quarter. Biggest victory for Ellwood, 37 in 2013, and obviously 2007, Riverside 55. Total shutouts, Ellwood 1, Riverside 6. Total points, we can throw them off the board because it doesn't matter tonight. It's whoever scores the most points. As Ellwood City comes in from the sideline here with their famous EC flags and whatnot. And the
Declan Gray
American
carrying
flag.
the American flag tonight. And Caton Daccio, the leading tackler on the team, carrying the EC flag. Just off the topic, Brad, but on the topic, for our listeners out there, Brad's not one to toot his own horn. We ran it in the pregame here tonight. Go to our YouTube channel. Well-produced, well-job done, Brad, on promoting the RivEll Cup and the game here tonight. Please check that out. I think it's a couple minutes long. You'll be glad you did. Brad, that was fantastic.
Oh, I can't. We have to give credit to Rhino Sports. They're the one that hosted those old 1980s videos, and we got to give them credit and a shout-out as well. But what a great opportunity, and I hope we can do more stuff like this. We like digging into numbers. You know it. I love stat numbers. Yep. We've got them all up here as Riverside officially hits the sideline. We are just a minute away.
Jason Gunther carrying the Riverside flag as they come through the sign that read one last ride. I like that because one last ride, and what better ride could you have? Riverside and Ellwood City. Great crowd here on hand, as you would expect. Across the way there, Ellwood's fans are got that side pretty well filled up, and Riverside on the home side here that you can't see is pretty full as well. So what a great night. The rain kind of threw me for a loop there at 4 o'clock when it came down. I did not make it down on the field before the game tonight, but it looks pretty good shape.
Yeah, I was here pretty early. We had a familiar foe on the sideline, Coach Magnifico, there for Riverside. I got to talk to him for a little bit. I got to see Riverside kind of throwing the ball around. Trust me, folks, it may have rained, but it is ready to go.
Yep, head coach Bill Hand, his first year here as this round, first year coaching for Coach Bill Hand, and a name quite familiar with Ellwood City. Coach Rob Magnifico, Jesse Rosenberger, Greg Ottaviani, Bob DeLiso, Woodrow Hughes, Joe DeSanzo, Dave Pietsu, and Frank Kalau. Are you kidding me? Frank Kalau is out here still. He was my gym teacher in elementary school.
Well, to not put the age with it, but he was also mine too.
Well, he was. I'm going back 20 years longer than you guys, so
we don't think so.
I think he was a drummer boy in the Civil War. How old is Frank now? But good to see him out. He was a great coach. He coached a long time,
100%.
coached at Ellwood there. Going back to some of them videos you had, Brad, he was an assistant with Coach Cloud. Well, I'm sorry, we're going down memory lane here. It's Riverside Ellwood. But who won the toss, Brad? I missed that before the game.
Yep.
You had told me.
Toss was won by Ellwood City, and they decided to receive. So the first time all year long, they decided to flip it around.
Don't see that all the time. But so we'll see Riverside special teams coming out here. And back for the Wolverines to receive.
Be number 2, Elijah Palmer McCain, and number 26, Dante Pierce.
Yes, so we've seen them do those duties most all year long. Just seconds away here from kickoff. Number 1, Miguel Kiefer, the kicker, standing at 5'4", but $175 is the sophomore. The RivEll Cup is underway. The run up and the kick. Kind of a squib kick. Taken by, it keeps bouncing, you got to get on it, is Dominic Hogue, and he is sandwiched for no gain. Wow, big time hit there.
Picked up by Dominic Hogue, brought down by number 7, Joe Chill.
Joe Chill with the special teams tackle, not allowing much of a return at all. But Wolverines will have it first down and 10. How do we have just one play clock at one end of the field? I don't know.
You have.
I see it all the way back there.
Yep.
Good grief! You need binoculars to see the play clock.
And we already have. Oh, somebody has to get the tee.
Well,
so we left the tee out there at the 40-yard line or so.
So Riverside does not have on their scoreboard a yard marker. So
Yep, we're gonna
might
try
have
our
to
best.
bear with us a little bit if we're off a little bit. But I'm going to say it's about the 23-yard line. Chris Smiley swings it around here to Dante Pierce. And I'm telling you what, Brad, it worked once about 3 games ago and has not worked since. They were ready for it. Was the Riverside Panthers pushing Dante Pierce on. It's technically a forward pass, jet sweep, owed to Matt Canada, and has about the same result as it does for the Steelers. Loss of 4 on the play, going to bring out a 2nd down and 14. I got my one Matt Canada line out of the way on the first play of the game. We're going to move forward from that. So Smiley, the junior lefty in the shotgun. Sidecar to his left and right. 2 wide outs, 1 slot guy. Goes back to pass. He looks under pursuit. Heavy pursuit. He lays 1 tackler. I thought he went out of bounds, but he didn't. And a flag came in way late down the field as the pass was caught by Daylon Curie. I'm going to call it about the 33-yard line, but however, we'll wait to see what the flag is. The flag was way deep in the secondary.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe the wide receiver went out of bounds, came back in, and was the first to touch it potentially. Or it could have been past the line of scrimmage.
Well, or illegal man downfield.
Or illegal man downfield.
He wasn't past the line of scrimmage, I don't believe. Because I tell you, that time Smiley was running for his life back there.
He was. Good pressure so far by Riverside.
They're talking to Riverside, Coach Hand on the sidelines there. And I think the question is now, do you accept the penalty? Because all of a sudden it would be about 3rd and 8, maybe further.
And I think they are officially calling that a true catch because they're marked it up here at the 33,
yeah,
basically.
Correct.
So we'll see here. Nothing like basically your first pass or second pass for that matter, and a lot of confusion.
1 with the catch.
More officials coming into the talk.
Long discussion here.
You nailed it, Dakota. Another official, and
They're marking something off. We'll get the call here now.
there you go. Illegal man downfield. Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, so that was the wide receiver going out of bounds.
Yes. So
2nd down and 19.
So a 5-yard penalty, so it brings up 2nd down and 19. The pass is basically an incomplete pass.
Yep.
So Wolverines gone backwards. They'll replay 2nd down, however, on this 2nd and 19. And, movement. But
Flag on the play.
wow, 3 plays, 2 flags.
So offsides against Riverside.
Wow.
Yeah, he jumped over there a little bit. So they'll get that 5 yards back. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 14 now. As Smiley got 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. He's back to pass. Got some time, steps up in the pocket, finds Daylon Curie down there at about the 35-yard line.
Pass complete from Smiley to
So Smiley gets his first completion of the night.
30, bringing
Picked
up
up
a 3rd down and 3.
about 11 on the play.
Number 48 on the tackle.
So Ryan Dugas with the tackle. Big 3rd down here. Wolverines on the year are 36 of 106. So he jumped off sides again. And his momentum took it forward. That's going to be 1st down via the penalty. Another 5 yards. Wow, Brad, 4 penalties on what, 6 plays?
First down.
So an automatic 1st down. Put the ball right at the 40-yard line. So you'll take 1st downs wherever you can get them. And the Wolverines taking advantage. Quite honestly, Riverside, they're up at that line, wanting to be aggressive. Oh, and now this time, Ellwood City moved. Good. Googly moogly.
Another flag on the play. False start Ellwood City. 1st down and 15.
I'm seeing a trend.
No. Are you now? I tell you what, this clock management is keeping me busy, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Wow. You got the Riverside Ellwood, maybe some nervous jitters here. I was talking to some of the parents before the game from Ellwood City, and all these we have a core group about 18 juniors. This is the biggest game they've ever played in. Because
Yes.
this basically is a playoff game for the Wolverines. Back to pass is Smiley. Under pressure, dumps it out there to Luciano Gagrick.
Got a
going
block.
down that right side. He's at the 40, lowers his head all the way down to the 32-yard line. Pickup of 28 on the play as number 20 was in there, Brady Newman, to finally push him out of bounds. We've seen him run that play before, Brad Moore, with Elijah Palmer McCain dipping out of the backfield. That time, Luciano Gagrick, the junior, made him pay. The yak yards on that one was about 18. He caught that ball right at midfield and never stopped running. Elijah Palmer McCain up the middle he goes. Positive yardage. He's taken down by number 56, Joshua Gunther.
Flag on the field, I think. There's something on the field over by them. Guess not.
So it's going to bring up a second down. And I'm going to call it about 4 as the line to gains at 20-yard line. And another movement. There's another flag.
Flag on the play.
So false start now, and that's going to bring them back. So
Second down.
very sloppy play here, but the Wolverines are moving the ball.
It's a double-edged sword. Get those nerves out now. One drive and get them out. If you
The
score
Wolverines
points, it makes it
driving.
better.
This drive started on their 24-yard line. Handoff there. Elijah makes a man miss. Up the middle he goes. He's at the 5. Taken down there inside the 10. I beg your pardon. To the 8-yard line. Dakota, every time you do that, I can't
Number
see.
7.
I can't see.
Oh.
So number 7, Joe Chill, takes him down, but not after about a 11-yard gain.
Yep, I think we'll say officially the 9-yard line. So
Yep.
first and goal from the 9.
So Smiley now in the shotgun. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Sidecar to his right, sends Curry in motion. Handoff to Elijah. Carrying tacklers on his back. Taken down there by number 54, Tyler Richards.
Second goal from the 5.
Picks up about 4 yards. Going to bring up a second down and 5. So the Wolverines driving here on this first drive of the game. Handoff Elijah, tries the right side this time, pulls his way forward, and we're waiting for a call, and he's literally going to be on about the 6-inch line.
The end zone, bringing up a third and goal.
So third and goal from about the 1. As a whole host of Riverside Panthers was in there to make that stop. So third and goal. Smiley under center this time. Hands off. Up the middle he goes. And that's a touchdown for the Ellwood City Wolverines. Elijah Palmer McCain gives the Wolverines a 6-0 lead with 6:45 to go. Wolverines traveled 66 yards. A whole bunch of penalties by both teams. But that was capped off by the 32-yard pass play to Gagrick, kept that drive going. This Caitlin Kreitzer now on to attempt the extra point. Snap down, kick up, and it is good. Count it. Ellwood City Wolverines take the first drive of the game down and score, make it a score 7-0. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Wolverines taking that first drive, 78 yards officially.
Yep, when you factor in all those penalties that they had, 78 total yards.
So Caitlin Kreitzer now in to kick off.
I think number 5 and I think 20-something.
Yep.
5 is definitely out there.
Here's the run up and the kick. And squib kick taken there by number 11. And wise play on him.
Yep.
Case Bailey, just to corral that ball and take it to the ground. So we're going to see the Riverside Panthers come onto the field for the first time tonight. Aiden Garcia will be usually doing the junior. He's coming in 38 for 91. Not a heavy passing team here as the Riverside Panthers. 425 yards, 3 TDs, 4 interceptions. We'll see a lot of Robert Janis tonight. 123 carries. He carries most of the load with a 4.6 average. He slips, is Janis, and made something out of nothing as he was gang tackled there by a whole bunch of Wolverines. Number 44 was in there. Trent Schilling gets up off the bottom of the pile, and Dominic Hogue was in there as well. Janis, as I said, he slipped, but able to get the ball and get about 3 yards to bring up the 2nd down and 7.
And you're going to see a little bit of a tale of two different teams in the huddle-wise. One likes to keep the momentum going. That's Ellwood. Riverside, they're not in any hurry.
10 seconds on the play clock.
I formation here.
Back to pass. Wants to go deep. And what a catch! Good grief. Number 27, Zach Hare, had 15 receptions coming in, and he just got that big frame up there, the 6'3" body, and was able to make that catch for a big-time gain all the way down to about the Wolverine 40-yard line. So Riverside quickly into Ellwood City territory. That pass play, about 22 yards?
Yep.
Number 15 is the quarterback. Did he change? We missed something there. I'm sorry? He was number 12. Okay. Oh, taken down in the backfield as Big Perry Du Bois was in there to slow Janis up, and then Dacia was in there to clean him up. So Aiden Garcia was number 12 on our roster. He is number 15 now, Brad.
Yep,
we got that cleared up.
Thank goodness.
I saw 15 run out there. I don't remember seeing that in the pregame.
It caught me too.
So Aiden Garcia, the quarterback, as I said, 6'0", 175 junior. Officially a loss on the play. As Garcia now under center. Little miscommunication there. Trench. Just out of the outstretched arms of Janis coming out of the backfield. And lucky for Ellwood City, it just was not able to quite corral that ball in.
Yep, Riverside definitely called the right play. They knew it. They were going to. Ellwood's shown a blitz up the middle. They do play action. Running back goes out the left side, just a little too far.
A little too far. So going to be 3rd and 11. Now for Riverside.
And I think, I think when you hit that 40-yard mark from here on out, it's definitely 2-down territory. So you could see a running play, a pass play, set them up.
They need a timeout, Riverside, to think about this.
And I'm wondering if they're having the same conversation we just had.
Well, they had about 9 seconds on the play clock when they called that timeout.
That would be it, too.
Hey, folks, don't forget, every Thursday night for a very long time now, I think they've been. Anyway, Thursday night dinners.
I knew you were going to say something.
Yeah, we'll let her go. It sounded better in my head. The Ellwood City Football Boosters have a Thursday night dinner. And last night's dinner was beef and chicken taco, burrito, and nacho bar, and was provided by the Dacio, Grinnin, and Gray families. So we certainly thank them for feeding them. A Sunday bar was provided by Tara Lutz, Jessica O'Brien, and Aaron Warner. So thank you to all the people that fed the team Thursday night before the dinners. And I know it's a long-time tradition that is greatly appreciated by players and coaches alike. So now, this time, Garcia in the shotgun. Back to pass, rolls out to the right. Riverside slipping a little bit, throws it up there, and just a little too tall. He had the man open, was number 20, Brady Newman, the number 1 receiver, just a little tall. And I think you'd be talking about a first down now, Brad, if they were able to connect.
Yeah, personally, I'd rather have ran the ball up the middle, get some yardage, and make this fourth down a little bit better, but they're going to go for it.
You're right, Brad, but if that play, it's the right call because
You're
he
right.
was open.
There's a reason why I'm up here, not down the sideline.
If it was executed the way it was intended, it'd be a first down.
And you know that timeout, they got 2 plays ready to go. You know it.
10 seconds.
Yep, here they come out. I formation, 2 wide
this
receivers.
Time, wide receiver to the left, 1 to the right.
5.
Back to pass. Garcia goes down there, got a man, almost. Great play by Dante Pierce
to
get up there and break it up as Newman, great coverage all the way down, and Garcia put that ball where only Newman could get it, but the speedy Dante Pierce got his mitts up in there to have the ball fall incomplete.
And I
ball over on downs.
That it is nice to see that, because if there's one kryptonite right now for Ellwood this entire year, give credit to Western Beaver, Mohawk, Nishinik. They can throw the ball. But the DBs have been lit up, and I tell you what, Dante Pierce marked that one down for a little bit here in this first quarter.
10 seconds.
They're going to reset.
Resetting it.
Yep.
So now Chris Smiley, fumbles the ball and gobbled up there. Hope he's not hurt. Took an awkward hit. Center and the rest of the team was not on the same page as number 27. Zach Hare was in there. I think they got looking at that play clock that was not reset and snapped it too quick. That's a 5-yard loss. Sack in the books for Hare. And changing formation here now as some subs coming in for Ellwood City, bringing up a second down and 15. Logan McClymon's out over the ball on that line. Shane Lutz flanking him to the left. Smiley gets the ball, has some time. Picks his man, DeLon Curie in the middle of the field. That's a first down all the way down to the 45-yard line as number 55 was there to slow him down, Jaden Phillips. But early on, the middle of the field has been good to Ellwood City in this passing attack.
Yep, and I was going to say the flip side about that kryptonite on defense, Ellwood, when they can throw the ball, and when it's on point and Chris so far has gotten time, it is on a dart, and it's right there.
I think it's, Michael Walters, your number 1 receiver, your senior, send him long down the field. He's going to attract attention, and at this point, the center of the field has been good for the Wolverines. A false start, I'm afraid.
Yep.
Walters came down the line. I think we had 2 people in motion or just what it might have been. No.
They got
timeout, Ellwood City.
So
okay,
that might have worked out a little bit better. Something out there, Coach Bradley did not like. So winding up fall sports here, our Ellwood City girls volleyball team advanced, got the pigtail game and won that against
Central Valley
Monday night, and then went down and was Wednesday night. We drove down to Southmoreland and covered that game. And a huge shout out to our sponsors for that night. Check their names out on our YouTube page or on our Facebook page. Came up with the $400 for us to go down there. Sadly for our girls, they lost in 4 sets to Avonworth. Played it tough. As a 12 seed went in there, played well. 1st and 10, Wolverines after the timeout. Flag down. Smiley running for his life. Looking, drops, holds the ball, gonna run. Hit there at about the 39-yard line. Going to pick up 6 yards. However, there is a flag on the play. We'll wait to see what they talk about for that one.
Number 15 with the tackle.
Flag on the play.
and it looks like they went over to the Ellwood side looking wise.
Yep, they're walking backwards.
Yep.
Illegal shift by Ellwood City. So going to go back 5 yards. A lot of penalties so far in this game.
6 totals combined between the two teams.
So Wolverines have had several first downs where it was been 1st and 15 or maybe even more. They've been able to overcome that.
Via the pass.
So 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff to Elijah, makes a man miss, but falls his way forward.
Run by Elijah.
So about to pick up about 3 on the play.
Down by
Number 56 on the tackle.
Josh Gunther.
Joshua Gunther on the tackle. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 12. Gilchrist checking in for the Wolverines. He's on the sidelines and getting a play call in is quarterback Chris Smiley.
10 on the play clock.
Big package, or
5.
sorry, small
Yeah,
package.
Smiley.
Tied on the right side.
Back is Smiley. Got a man down the middle. And, in and out of the hands of number 5, Daylon Curie. Had where they wanted to go, just wasn't able to execute.
Actually, number 9, Luciano Gagrick, was intended receiver.
Yeah, it was Gagrick. He came out of that tight end sideline. You got a wide receiver covering up the tight end, and that tight end was left wide open. And the one time, we said it, Chris has been putting it on a dime perfect. That time, a little too hard. Still, though, one that you got to catch.
So 3rd and 12. Smiley gets the play.
5.
Smiley wants to go out there, finds Declan Gray. Coming up the hash marks is Declan Gray.
He's got a lane.
Blockers. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Declan Gray takes the ball 45 yards on a 3rd and 12. We've seen him run that play a couple weeks ago, Brad, with effectiveness. And this time the junior Gray takes her to the house. It's 13-0 in favor of the Wolverines. 2 drives, 2 scores for the Wolverines.
What a play. Yeah, you said it, Thad. He ran, it was about a 15-yard pass, and it went for 47. Whew. The yak yards.
So Caitlin Kreitzer now on for the extra point. Declan Gray does the holding. Snap down, kick is up, and good. Miss Caitlin Kreitzer makes the score, 14-0. Riverside has 0, Ellwood City 14. Let's take a timeout. All right, Miss Caitlin Kreitzer kicking off now for the Wolverines with the 14-0 lead. 2:05 remaining here in the first quarter. Here's the run up and high end over end kick. Somebody got to get that. Oh, what a hit!
And
Ellwood City going! Are you kidding me? What a play!
23.
It was at number 23, Richard Curtin, as number 7 of Riverside went to get the bouncing ball. He was hit by Curtin, and Curtin just took the ball right off his mitts. So, first turnover of the game happens by Riverside. Wolverines set up shop at about the 37-yard line. Wow.
And I believe Riverside took a timeout.
Yes. So with that, wow, that's as good as an onside kick, which we saw them do at Beaver Falls here 2 weeks ago.
That I'll add to it. You couldn't have asked for a better start.
For the Wolverines now.
As all the amount of penalties that they had in that first drive, you and I know we were thinking like, oh goodness, where's this going?
Right.
They finish it, they put up 7, they come back, put up 14 quickly, and now you have a chance to go up 21 in the first quarter, something they haven't done in a long, long time.
And they certainly haven't done against Riverside in quite some time.
So if I'm counting correct, that leaves Riverside with just one timeout,
It
correct?
It does, yep.
And still 2 minutes in this first quarter.
And that was Cureton, correct?
Yeah.
23, perfect, thank you.
So now the Wolverines back out on offense. 2 wide outs to the right, 2 to the left, sends a man in motion. Little trickery, reverse, flea flicker, down the field to Walters. Oh,
my goodness.
And he was open, but a little too far for Walters to make the catch. So going deep into the playbook, Coach Bradley that time, but to no avail.
And
it falls incomplete.
If there was any questions about Chris being injured or anything like that,
yeah,
that's out the door.
For those of you,
My goodness.
last week toward the end of the game, Chris Smiley came off the field limping pretty bad, but appears to be in good health at this stage of the game. Hand off to Elijah, picks his way through, up the middle he goes, makes a man miss. Touchdown, Ellwood City! Make him pay for the turnover as Elijah Palmer McCain just ran that ball, 40 yards, Brad, for the Wolverines into the end zone for the touchdown, making the score 20-0. That drive took 18 seconds, the official yardage, Brad.
41 yards and 18 seconds, like you said, because pretty much, an incomplete pass.
Yes.
Wow.
So points off at turnovers. We talk about how important that is. And, yes, the Wolverines made them pay as Caitlin Kreitzer comes on for her 3rd extra point attempt with 1:52 remaining in the first quarter. Gray able to get the snap, and it's up and good. Just like that, it's 21-0 in favor of our Ellwood City Wolverines. Wow. You wanted that hot start, Brad, if you're an Ellwood City fan, and you certainly got it here.
Yep. And you're walking still with 1:52 first quarter. Thad, did you think 21-0 first quarter?
No, I did not.
I think that's 3 across the board. We knew Ellwood could do this. We've seen it all year long. They hold in that first half, first quarter, let alone they put up points, but we just assumed.
Right, all right.
Rival game, you never know.
So, had to fumble on the last kickoff return attempt by Riverside. What will they try this time? As the junior, Caitlin Kreitzer, who was in those aforementioned volleyball games earlier this week, up with the kick. Drive kick a little bit harder this time, but kind of goes behind everybody and picked up there at about the 24-yard line and bottled up there as O'Brien was down there to disrupt things as Garcia was trying to return the ball. Hunter Garcia, that is. And got about 8 yards return, but a pretty good kickoff there for Kreitzer. Maybe caught Wolverines a little, or the Panthers a little off guard, getting a little too close to the kick. So Riverside now, their 3rd possession of the game, $1:45 remaining here in this first quarter. Ball sitting on the 29-yard line, Riverside, with Aiden Garcia under center. Hand off there to Janis, trying to break his way up through, and gang tackled there by Wolverines, but I think one of the first in there.
Number 13, yep.
Number 13, Dotchio, the leading tackler for the Wolverines. Dotch comes into the game with 75 tackles, 17 of them for a loss. And if he can get a sack tonight, he will be the all-time single-season sack leader. Half a sack officially. He was quick to remind me that half a sack earlier today. So pickup of 2 on the play now as Garcia goes back to, Dotch just about got it there. Picks it up, and nice catch there. Yep. I'll tell you what, this Newman kid got, that was 27.
Yep.
Zach Hare that time. And they're going to mark him just about a half a yard short as Hare made the catch. He's using that big body, that 6'3", 200-pound body. more built like a tight end. So 3rd and 1 now here for the Panthers.
Okay.
An official timeout.
Official timeout.
And I think they're going to, wow.
We're going to
For
have our
the
second measure?
Second time in 10 games, we get a measurement. And I'm not being critical. I'm just calling it the way I see it, and I don't.
Well, we never see it very often
But
at the high school
as
level.
crooked as these lines are on this field, they can take that tape measure and throw it away.
At least we won't see the 3.5 by 5 note card coming out. And yes, it's coming from a Michigan fan.
Yes,
I know.
but we'll wait for the measurement here.
It looked like from my sideline, my view, I thought he had it initially, but his momentum got quickly stopped.
Yes,
so
it
it's
did. And who got the tackle?
It's either the left or right hand,
Yep.
Yep.
He is short by about 2 feet.
and it was number 1.
So Hogue with the sure stop. Hogue gives up any ground at all. Riverside gets a first down. So after the official timeout,
Very precise.
yes, they are.
We like it.
What is that old saying? Close.
But no cigar?
Well, something about horseshoes and hand grenades.
Oh, yeah, I
can't
remember
think of it.
horseshoes.
So 3rd and 1 now. Everything in tight right now
Gotta wait for the sticks.
for Riverside. Gets the whistle. Oh, fullback handoff there and up the middle. I think forward momentum is going to get him. The first, his number 2 carried the ball that time. Janice once again, but what?
They're saying 4th down.
They are.
Yep.
Now they're moving the sticks now.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, they're taking the sticks back.
4th down.
Yeah, they're saying 4th
That
down,
was
no
that
gain
was
on that.
not a real favorable spot.
No, it's not.
So, yeah, it needs to be 4th down. They got to stop here, and they will, because
I think
the sticks in the side are still at 3rd down.
I do believe you think he was short, but
Another official timeout.
yeah.
Oh, they're going to measure.
Okay.
Wow, they're going to measure again. We go 9 games with 1 measurement, and then we get 2 on 1 play.
My goodness. I like it. It's being efficient.
But if I'm going to call it like I see it, they didn't get a real favorable spot on that.
No, they did not. I do think from what I saw, he was short, but I agree with that. I think this is a lot closer than what I'm even thinking.
But good grief.
And now they gave it to him.
Now they gave it to him.
Riverside, first down.
So that is going to be a Riverside first down. So they're going to have the ball 1st and 10 from about the 39-yard line. So is that their first down? Or they had one in the first drive.
Yeah,
didn't they?
second one. Yep.
Second one. So final seconds here. The play clock differential from the time is pretty close. So on this 1st and 10, Garcia under center, got a man in motion. Back, wants to pass. Goes out there, throws it up, and that was a catch, but he'd have been better off to drop it because he lost yardage on the play. Declan Gray all over the receiver,
I think it's hair again.
number 27. Yes, it is. Zach Hare, as Daccio gave chase from the left side, and I believe it was Twaddell up in the grill of Garcia. So, folks, that is the end of the first quarter. At the end of 1, it's the Ellwood City Wolverines 21, the Riverside Panthers 0. We'll be right back. Hey, nice job by the Riverside band. They're right here to our left and getting the crowd, the cheerleaders into the game. That's what you expect, Riverside Ellwood. So coming out of that quarter timeout, 2nd and 12 is the Riverside Panthers. Quick pass out there to number 2 up that right sideline and keeps it going forward as Dominic Hogue was there to slow down number 2, Janice.
Brought down by Kaden
And Daccio was in there. So, but a nice pickup on 3rd and 12 to get him into, or 2nd and 12 to bring it to about a manageable 3rd and 2. Ball resting in Riverside territory at about the 47-yard line. The Panthers bench not deep. I think they dressed 22 for the night. There's a handoff. And was there a fumble on the play?
Yes, there was.
And recovered by Ellwood City.
Walters.
Was Walters, the lineman. The handoff to Janice. I really don't think he ever got the ball, Brad. You can check the replay. But the second turnover of the night goes to Riverside. They have both turnovers tonight, and they're starting about the same spot in the field as they did after their first turnover are the Wolverines.
Yeah, we'll officially say Janice did receive it, but it was like perfectly timed. He touched it, and it was instantly just taken by the hand of Walters.
So all of a sudden now Wolverines start this drive on the 44-yard line of Riverside. Back to pass to Smiley. Flag flies high in the air, and Smiley just throws it out of bounds.
We had someone come in late. Someone came in from the sidelines after they basically snapped the ball.
Something you cannot do.
Illegal shift by the Ellwood City Wolverines. And I think Smiley knew that was happening, so he just threw it away. Whatever was going to happen was going to come back. So 5-yard penalty takes it back to the 49-yard line. Smiley running to the sidelines, gets his play. So, yeah, on that first play of the second quarter, the turnover happened, and the Wolverines now set up shop again. Smiley in a shotgun. Back to pass is the lefty. Looks down the field, throws it down there. Back shoulder pass, and number 1, Dominic Hogue, was begging for a flag as coverage was down there by Joe Chill. The officials just say, nice coverage, young man. Go back to the line of scrimmage and try that play again, because now it's 2nd down and 15. I thought it was good coverage by Chill down the field. I like the back shoulder pass from Smiley. Wolverines coming out passing quite a bit here in this game. Maybe a little more than what I had anticipated. Smiley dumps it down there to Hogue. Gets back to makes a man miss and falls his way forward. Not giving up on the play with sophomore Dominic Hogue. Chill there again for the stop, but a nice gain on that 2nd and 15. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. I think if you're the Wolverines now, you're looking at 2-down territory, sitting right inside the 40-yard line of Riverside. Now Smiley in the shotgun. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff. Elijah Palmer McCain makes it through the first wave down. He's going to go. He's at the 10, 5. Touchdown! Elijah Palmer McCain. No flags. Count it. 27-0. Elijah went 44 yards for the second time tonight, gets into the end zone, making the score 27-0. 10-11 remaining in the second quarter, folks. It's all Ellwood City so far tonight.
Officially the 39 yards.
39?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, I took off the penalty. So 39-yard run. The last touchdown run he had was 47. We're
Add
off
him
a
up.
yard or 2.
It's a lot of yards.
He's going to have 100 yards.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll
talk about the yards here after this play.
Yep, Caitlin Kreitzer on for the extra point. Her 4th attempt of the night, and it is...
Ooh, just
gets
good.
it over. That's an extra point for the Wolverines, making the score 28-0.
Wow.
And all Wolverines here. That's 2 turnovers, 2 points off of turnovers. And the points off of turnovers, the one drive was 18 seconds. This one here was probably a minute 40, if that long.
This is crazy, Thad.
Go ahead.
This is a crooked number. 18 plays for Ellwood, 232 so far in this one. 12 plays for Riverside, 39 yards.
Wow.
Elijah Palmer came. Yep, PPG, we'll be calling you tonight. 8 carries, 118 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. That rushing touchdown mark may be getting
That's like,
in
what,
danger.
11? That's about 13 yards a carry.
And that gives him, I think, 15 on the year rushing-wise. Chris Smiley, 6 of 9 for 119 touchdown. So 2 people already over 100 yards.
Wow.
Whew.
Some record books will be looked at.
Absolutely.
At the end of the night, Caitlin Kreitzer now up with the kick, the run-up kick. Drive and kick, and that one is going to go out of bounds. So flags come in once again. We hadn't seen a flag for like 4 plays, so I was thinking there was something wrong. So with that, Riverside will set up shop, and I think if you're Riverside right now, you're just wanting to get something positive.
They just called a false start on Ellwood.
No, that was the ball going out of bounds.
Okay. It's the same motion.
So on that front line now for the Wolverines, got senior number 72 Ryder grinning out there. The big guy, Barry DuBois. Dotch is out there, Caden Docchio. We'll get you some numbers for Riverside on their starting line. But they got a 1st and 10. Ball at the 35-yard line. Hand off to Janice. There's the big guy, DuBois. Gets first initial hit. Janice not giving up. Rolls forward for about 4 yards. Give him 3. Going to be 2nd down and 7. Coach of Riverside, Coach Bill Hand. Ellwood City fans will remember a couple years ago for one season, his brother, Coach Jeff Hand, coached the Wolverines. That Hand family has been in the coaching business for a long time. Nick Hand, I'm sorry. There's Janice up the middle. Driving forward, a nice run. Needed 7 for a first down, got about 10. Looked like Dominic Hogue was in there to slow him down, but he carried about 3 Wolverine defenders on his back to get up through there. So, as I said, 28-0 here. All Ellwood City here, coming up on the 9-minute mark to go in this second quarter. Garcia under center now. Back to pass. Turns. Fires it down the field, and just a little too far for would-be intended Brady Newman that time. Brady came into the night with 34 receptions. And coverage down there was Dante Pierce, but the throw was just a little too far for anybody to get their mitts on. So now a 2nd down and 10. And I think if you're Riverside right now, at first down, you might as well try it. Why not try to get down the field? You're down 4 scores.
Yeah, you expect that pass possibly 2nd down for sure, and 3rd down if it's long. Yeah, I agree with you, Thad. Catch them off guard.
Well, and you kind of know that the Wolverines are susceptible to that in previous games. Now, Garcia, I formation. Hands off there to Janice. Gobbled up there. Dante Pierce, O'Brien, the whole gang was there to stop him. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 9. Yes, Pierce off the bottom of the pile. So on this 3rd down and 9, the turnovers are just so huge. And when you can score off of them, you start getting lopsided like this, 28-0. So important. So 3rd and 9 now for Riverside. 2 wide outs to the left.
5 seconds.
And movement by Riverside. They're going to go back 5 yards. So pre-snap penalty gets the Panthers. Going to knock them back 5 yards. The Riverside faithful trying to get this Riverside football team some motivation.
10 seconds.
So up to the line quickly.
5.
Waits the ball and gets it. Back to pass. Pressure. Throws it down in a double coverage. Throws it up and, tip drill was in effect. Falls to the ground as Brady Newman was there. Got his mitts on it, tipped it, and Dominic Hogue was there. I thought Dom was going to have a chance at the interception, but just off the end of his fingertips. So appears to be punt formation now for, and I don't have a number 50. Do you, Brad?
I do not.
Number 50, the punter is. Their spotter don't have it either. So the kick is going to go out of bounds at about, they said Jackson.
Yep,
So
66.
some number changes here.
Alex Jackson.
So not a real far punt. Ball, I think you're going to spot it at about the 35-yard line. So Wolverines have scored on every possession. Think of that, Brad. When have we said that before? Every
Let's keep it
possession
rolling.
so far tonight.
I like it, but let's keep it rolling.
Yep. So shotgun Smiley. 3 wide outs to the right. Hand off to Elijah. Up the left side. He's got a seam. Lowers his head. Bowls his way forward for about 8 yards that time. Pushed out of bounds out there.
I tell you what, Thad, you've
I
talked
believe
about it.
Janice was out there to slow him down.
You've talked about it every single year or every single week. Evan Twiddell, man, he just blew somebody up.
He's just a junior. Going to be fun. It's been fun watching him mature as a player, and kind of that quiet team leader, from what I understand. Just all business. We got a job to do, and we're going to do it well when we do it. So Smiley does the check with me. Looks like
10 seconds.
changing the play. Back to pass. Throws it down there, and
he had
it's
him.
just a little too far for Elijah Palmer McCain, because if he would have connected, that would have been his 3rd touchdown of the night, because just a little too far. 4th touchdown, I'm sorry. He's had all 3, and Declan Gray had 1. So incomplete pass stops the clock.
Tell you what, so far, Smiley's been on point. Just maybe 1 or 2 plays, maybe two passes, and the 1 drop. He's looked pretty good.
And give the line credit, too, because he has been able to have some time to do that.
Exactly.
And flag on the play.
If there's one issue, too many penalties.
Yes. And they're dead ball fouls.
Yes.
Another false start for Ellwood City. So going to knock him back 5 yards, going to bring up a 3rd down and 8.
That's now officially their 6th penalty for 30 yards.
And Riverside's probably winning that battle with a couple more than them.
Yeah.
So this time on to 3rd and 8. 2 wide outs left, 2 to the right. Handoff. Elijah gets bottled up, dances, makes a man miss, driving forward, and going to be taken down
I think by
finally by Janice, making everything happen. Pickup of about 3 on the play. Going to be 4th down now for the Wolverines.
It looks like punt.
Yeah, Declan Gray's coming out.
Riverside yet to
Declan's
change.
been averaging about 31 yards a punt this year.
Check that. Chris Smiley's out there.
Oh, there are.
Yeah.
Yep, I saw Declan come out. They are going to go for it on this 4th, and we're going to call it 5. Hey, they've been running, moving the ball all night. Why stop now? Smiley back to pass. Got some time, got a man down there.
Behind
thrown
him.
just a little bit behind
Walters.
Mason Walters. So ball over, another flag. Another flag. We'll wait and see.
Oh, boy.
They're talking to Ellwood City right now.
I'm wondering if they were not lined up on defense. They're switching.
No, I
though.
think they're switching.
They're switching. An eligible man downfield.
Yep.
Decline.
So Riverside will get the ball over on downs. Wolverines came in tonight 9 of 30 on 4th down conversions. So now Riverside trying to make something happen here offensively, about 24 yards.
And this is an opportunity to do it. You got a short field. Got to do something here before halftime.
Yep. There's a handoff to Janice. Oh, hit a line. Hit hard. And Trent Schilling was getting up off the bottom of the pile.
2nd down and 7.
So going to give him 3 yards. As number 72 for the Wolverines checks back in, Ryder Grinnan. Garcia, just a junior with the quarterback duties. You were saying, Brad, you covered the junior high game. You said Riverside's got some things in the pipe down there.
Oh, they got something. They definitely have something coming up next couple of years.
So under center is Garcia.
Oh, my!
Big time! BJ!
Oh, fumble! Oh,
now they're
no.
saying he was down, but Du Bois marked that down at the 5:04 mark. A huge play by Du Bois, blew up through there and met Janice in the backfield. He had nowhere to run, nowhere to hide because the big guy, P.J. Du Bois, was there. He got a little dance going on.
Oh.
Did I see a little dance in that
Oh, you
center
know
step?
it. You know it.
So he's got moves, man. So a 3rd and 10 now for Riverside. Not able to do anything on that turnover on downs. I think we're going to see the last timeout taken.
Because they had 10 seconds on the play clock.
That's plenty of time. They didn't know what they were doing.
So again, folks, you can catch this live stream as well as all of our events. We are definitely up over the 30 mark this year in fall sports already. We're on pace for about 100 broadcasts. Last year we had 82. We're hitting close to 100. You can check them out on our website, www.ecwolverines.com. We do stats, results, standings, rosters, every little thing. We include as much as we can. We got the playoffs. Yes, volleyball, unfortunately, has been eliminated, but if you want to keep track of who wins the title and whatnot, stuff like that, we have it on our website. You can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, the whole works. Go on YouTube. Make sure you go and search Ellwood City Wolverines. Make sure you subscribe. We always take that subscription. That's great. And more importantly, keep those notifications on because every time we go live, you will be notified. www.ecwolverines.com.
Shout out quick here. We'll talk about it more. Cross country of Ellwood City.
Big stuff
They're
today.
going
We'll
to
do it in
Hershey.
halftime. That is for sure. Hershey
yes.
bound. All
Hershey
of them.
bound.
All 5.
Fantastic. So now, on this 3rd and 10, back, Garcia. Throws it out there, got
play.
his man all the way down about the 32-yard line. It was number 27 making the catch there.
Pass complete to Zach Hare, brought down by number 26.
Dante Pierce
Number 9, Luciano Gabrick.
as number Zach Hare once again with the catch. Got about 7. So we're going to talk about being a 4th down and 2. 4:22 remaining. Now, remember, we don't see timeouts up here, but Riverside has no timeouts remaining. Ellwood City has 2. Big 4th down here if Riverside wants to have any chance of staying in this game. Hand off to Janice. Tries
Didn't
the right
get it.
side, and he is bottled up
Wow.
there. Declan O'Brien, I believe, was there to say no further. Turnover on downs. So that turnover on downs just 4 plays ago by Ellwood City. Riverside was not able to do anything with that. So now we have Ellwood City ball, 4 minutes and 1 second remaining. Ball spotted on about the 34-yard line. Smiley in the shotgun. The big play has been Ellwood City's friend tonight. Hand off this time. Luciano Gagrick dances around, and he's going to drag down there by the short tackling Janis. Not much there for Gagrick. So going to pick up about 1 on the play.
Elijah Palmer Kane so far, 10 carries, 128. That's a 12.8 average. Wow.
That's good math there, Brad. I'm impressed.
Well, thank you. I can tell you that the Wolverines are averaging more than 10
10
yards per game or per play. So
yes, I'm sure they are. So back to pass to Smiley. Deep drop. Throws it out there. Got Walters. He's going to have a first down. And gang tackled there, but not after about a 10-yard gain all the way out to the 47-yard line. I think Newman was in there to help slow him down along with Zach Hare. So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Now, hey, I got to give a shout out to Michael's Furniture. We'll do it, hopefully get it at the end of the game, giving $100 for every Ellwood City win this year to the Ellwood City Food Pantry. Thank you to our friends at Michael's Furniture. Oh, fumblage, and Chris Smiley, he wanted to get the ball to Elijah and was not able to connect. Smiley alertly, and it's a good thing he didn't try to pick it up. Just jump on that ball, live another day or another play. So a loss of about 3 on the play, going to bring up a 2nd down and 13 for the Wolverines. 2 remaining on the play on the game clock. Smiley now waits a snap. Throws it out there, finds his man, Dominic Hogue, up that left side, and gets hit hard out of bounds. And there's another flag because the would-be tackler for Riverside, I think Dominic was well out of bounds when that hit happened. Long way away from us, so we'll wait to see what the officials say.
I think they're marking the 46 on the catch.
And this could be huge for the Wolverines. And they're walking in favor. Personal foul against Riverside. And you'll sometimes see those in an Ellwood City Riverside game. And that's 15 costly yards for Riverside. And just like that, Brad, that 2:06. And more importantly for the Wolverines, they got the 15 yards. It also stopped the clock.
There's a lot of good things for that one.
A whole lot of wins, but don't take nothing away from the play itself.
Yes.
Hogue made a nice catch and got the yak yards we always talk about. There it is.
Up through the middle, the Walters.
Hits the man. And a nice catch there. Walters it was. Big run all the way down to about the 2-yard line. Was the leading receiver for the Wolverines. How far was that play, Brad? From the 30 down to
yards.
29-yard.
Yep.
And Michael Walters. He got 7 touchdowns on the year. Senior, Riverside. He'd have been smiling pretty big.
Yep. Oh, I have a feeling there's going to be a couple more passes coming his way before this one's over.
10 seconds.
You may see a fade route here, maybe. Just throw it up to him. See what happens.
1st and goal.
I'm okay with this. It sounds like a timeout, possibly.
Nope. We had a player down.
Player down. So
looks to be a cramp the way he's in that kind of prone position. So going to be official timeout. Stick around, folks. Halftime. We're going to have the Pride of Ellwood City Blue Band as well as the Riverside Panther Band. Hey, they had a nice band. They did a nice job in pregame. I was rather impressed. They do a nice job over here at Riverside, as does Caldwell.
Yeah, we got
the Blue Band.
Got some really darn good bands.
We do.
Lawrence County, even for that matter.
Yeah,
just always had some really good ones.
They may not be the biggest, but the pride they take in what they do shows in their final product. So, coming off the field on his own power is number 27, Zach Hare. He's going to have to sit out a play. Because the Wolverines now sitting there on a 28-0 lead on this 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Handoff into the end zone he goes for his 4th touchdown of the night. Is Elijah Palmer McCain making the score 34-0. Extra point forthcoming. And Brad, I really hope she makes this.
I don't know why.
I'm not jinxing anything here. I'm going to look away. You tell me what happens.
Yep, I will.
I'm going to watch. It's Caitlin. Miss Caitlin Kreitzer. She plays volleyball. She plays basketball. And she's a kicker for our Ellwood City Wolverines. 5th attempt of the night. Kick is down. It is up.
Bending, it's good.
Count
it!
Caitlin Kreitzer makes the score 35-0. I have not said this for so long. Mercy me. Mercy roll into effect in favor of the Ellwood City Wolverines. You know how many mercy games I've called in the last 6 years, and I finally get one. Well, no, I did get one last year for the Wolverines.
2?
My second one for the Wolverines, and I tell you what, I know we got Riverside fans listening, but it just means a little bit more.
Yes, it
because
does.
I tell you what, we've got our teeth kicked in by Riverside the last 7
plenty
years.
of times in the past 7 games, yes.
And what'd you say at the beginning? It was kind of tied up there until the last 7 years.
The past 7,
and then it's been all Riverside, but it's a pretty nice feeling to come in here and get this done. Hats off to Coach Bradley, doing some great things. And but you said it earlier, Brad. You talked after that junior high game. You said, "Hey, Thad, we need to take care of business now at Riverside, the varsity level.
Something is
'Cause
coming
in a
through the
couple years,
grapevine."
they got some kids coming up through the pipe. Minute 33 was that score.
Let's finish this off right here. Get to halftime.
Yep, Kreitzer now up with the kick. And kind of nubs it down there. Takes a bounce.
That's live.
Oh,
that is live if they can get it.
Did he get it?
No, I don't think he got it in
it's out
time.
of bounds. It's hard to tell from this angle.
Yeah.
Not much celebrating from Ellwood City, so I don't think. Yep, it's going to be Riverside ball, 0 timeouts, down 35-0.
It was touched. This won't be a flag.
No, that's right.
So it should be the 29, I believe.
They're conversing.
Yeah. Definitely
Thinking about all the great eateries around here that they can go eat after.
So the 28 officially.
Ladies and gentlemen, please get out your 50-50 tickets.
So they waved the flag off. I think
Good.
Cooler heads prevailed, and they talked about,
For over $500.
wow, $500.
My goodness.
$7.99.
So everyone looking at their ticket when they hear it's worth $500. Here's a hand back to pass. Is Garcia, throws it down there a little bit high, but
just missed.
as it kind of went through one Riverside hands, and then a diving attempt by number 20, Brady Newman.
$5.99, $7.99. It is a purple ticket.
So ball falls incomplete. They don't start Mercy till third quarter now, right?
Correct, yeah. Soccer's the only one where they can start it initially whenever.
When do they shut the clock off for soccer?
They don't. Well, they just run the clock until it's 6. Oh, in high school they stop.
Really?
So it's a little bit weird. We'll have that conversation later on.
We can do that another time. So things you learn at a high school football game. Back to pass.
Oh boy, there it is.
There it is. Give him credit. Half a sack.
Patterson and yep, we'll see Patterson and
Dodge.
Daccio.
Dodge gets it. I don't know if he tied it or ahead.
We'll find out.
But
that's for sure.
All-time single season sack as Patterson and Dodge. Give them both credit for a half. So with that, going to bring up a 3rd and 15. Less than a minute to go here in this second quarter.
Under 10 on the play clock.
I don't know what just happened there, but Patterson fist bumped the one official. I think they were conversing about something. Janice now this time. Patterson wrapped him up once, slowed him down to Janice.
With the run.
And Gray and Daccio, the 2 juniors, they've played a lot of football together over the years. And I tell you what, we're 4th down. We got a clock differential here. I think if you're Riverside, you're just going to be happy
Yes.
to get out
I
of
agree.
this half. Great half of football if you're an Ellwood City Wolverines fan, for they lead this game 35-0. Stick around, folks, for the halftime show. Brad's going to get some of them all-important out-of-town scores and have some stats for you. Enjoy the halftime show, folks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band's Aussie 2023 show. The 2023 Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band starts the show with a classic Black Sabbath hit, originally recorded as an afterthought during the recording of their first album. This is the Blue Band's version of Paranoid. His debut solo album from the 1980s, The Lizard of Oz, we feature our dance line with the iconic Crazy Train. The Blue Band would like to conclude tonight's show with the 2007 Zakk Wylde guitar-driven hit, I Don't Want to Stop. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band. Caldwell and Justin Miller. Choreography by Tyler Bacon Westfall, percussion by Evan Bertinski, and under the field leadership of drum majors Violet Fox and Kathy Steen. I am Bill Gilkey, the voice of the Blue Band, and thank you for supporting the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Band Funk.
Drum majors Ron and Andre Riverside. Your band ready. Green and White up and down with one of Green Day's hits from its 2016 album, Revolution Radio. Here is Bang Bang. Central Band is directed by Danny Baker. Music directors are by Conrad and Joey Tracy. Auxiliary sponsors, Richard Keith. Auxiliary instructors, Gabby Ryer. And yours truly, Liz Tracy.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Riverside High School at the Panther Stadium. Halftime stats are up on the board. It's 35-0 Ellwood City with the mercy effect rule coming into play in the second half. So rolling clock will be in play. Rushing yards, 123-10 in favor of the Wolverines. I like that 123, but give credit where it's due. We knew Janice coming in was going to be a featured player for the Riverside Panthers. 10 yards so far rushing-wise. Passing-wise, Chris Smiley picking up where he left off last week. He had 167 last week, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Numbers tracking even better yet. 170 in that first half and a touchdown along with 47. 19 of 14. Total yards, 293-55 in favor of the Wolverines. 2 turnovers do not help Riverside, and gave the Wolverines 2 possessions on the short field, and they capitalized it to give that score 35-0. Penalties, if there is one little blemish here, it's 6 for 30 for Ellwood City, 4 for 30 for Riverside combined, 10 of 60 yards between the two teams. So there's your game stats and team stats. Let's look at some individual stats. Elijah Palmer McCain, mark it down there, Thad. Not only 11 carries for 130 yards, 11.8 average, he's got 4 rushing touchdowns. He's up to 16 on the season. I think he would have to get at least 6 more to even be remotely close to the rushing touchdown record, but still,
But just
16 yards.
Stop right there a
touchdowns.
second, Brad. 11 carries and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's a good ratio.
Yeah.
Moving along, Robert Janis, 12 for 16 yards for Riverside. They've been held in check. Aiden Garcia, 5'11 for 45 along the 22. Flip side, Chris Smiley, 9 of 14, 170 and a touchdown along the 47. Receiving-wise, Zach Kerr, 4 for 34. Robert Janis, 1 for 11. On the flip side, Wolverines, Declan Gray, 1 for 47 and a touchdown with about 36 of those yards on the yak yards. Michael Walters, 2 catches, 40 yards. Gackrick, 1 for 35. Curry, 2 for 31. Hogue, 2 for 21. And Pierce, 1 for -4 technically. So a couple different receivers. If I count them here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 receivers so far on that first half of those 170 yards.
Before you click off that, Brad, what's Ellwood's average yards per play?
Yeah, let's talk about a couple of those plays, shall we? 28 plays, 293. That's an average of 10.5 compared to 24 for 55, 2.3. And again, another stat that's really bad tonight so far. Both teams combined 1 for 10 on third down. But if you're the Wolverines, it doesn't matter. They haven't needed it to finish a lot of these drives. So last little thing here before you take us back into this third quarter, Thad. Out-of-town scores. The MAC conference here, big one. After our game, please switch on LCSN. Mohawk and Neshannock tied at 7 apiece at Neshannock. Freedom, wow, not getting away from New Brighton. Halftime there, Freedom up 7-6. Saturday game is Western Beaver and Beaver Falls. Union on Thursday at 12:30 in the afternoon during a school day defeated Summit Academy 49-22. Sarah Catholic is down 27-14 to Steel Valley. Washington has a halftime lead on McGuffey 13-7. Blackhawk and Newcastle 7-3 up on Blackhawk. Laurel 9-0 on Shenango, and the final score here, Southside Beaver looking that they are going to potentially go undefeated. They're up 27-0 on Rochester. So there are your out-of-town scores. I would say for the most part some crazy scores, some things predicted, but we were talking about it, Thad. That 7-7 ball game is a little bit interesting.
I would have been surprised. I would have thought they'd have been a 21-21 game. I think that'll be better than any first-round playoff games, that game tonight, in my opinion.
And I think with the Washington lead there, if they come out and prevail, I think Washington will get that 1 seed. But I'm almost positive, I'm almost guaranteed, whoever the winner of that Mohawk-Nishinek game, you're going to get the number 2 seed, and you're looking for a bye.
Yeah, you are.
The top 2 seeds do get a bye. And back to here, though, Thad, we still got a second half. The one thing I would say is Riverside does receive the ball, but they've got a big hill to climb.
I got to be honest with you, Brad. I love your optimism. But I think we have a better chance of seeing Elvis Presley with the Beatles opening.
Oh boy!
At Three Rivers Stadium next week, with Meatloaf singing the Star Spangled Banner beforehand.
Wow!
Then we have the Riverside Panthers coming back tonight.
That's I can't top that. I can't.
It's just going to be really tough for them to do.
Yep.
And they're not starting it off real good. He picks it up at the 10-yard. Oh, he missed him. But the next guy cleans him up and drags him down was number 24, Gullo. Colton Gullo, the freshman. We don't say his name a lot, but on special teams, we say the freshman's name a lot. I think that's a young man that's going to be fun to watch here as he matures over the next 3 years.
So I think they're going to say, what, the 18 officially?
Yep, looks like the 18. Rolling clock from here on out, folks. In case you didn't know, not all the Beatles are alive. Elvis and Meatloaf have passed away. Three Rivers Stadium is no longer there. Just give me a little history. So Garcia runs into his own man, throws it out there, and connects, and thrown to the ground with authority by Dante Pierce. Was number 20 with the reception, and that was Brady Newman. Every time we see Newman, I just want to be. You watch Seinfeld?
Oh, I know what you're going with it. I knew you were going with it.
Hello, Newman. So, pick up of about 1 on the play.
No, actually, it's a loss. Yeah, that's a loss.
Yeah, they lost a yard on the play. Yeah, the mark, I don't understand that. I wasn't paying attention close enough. Handoff on a jet sweep around, and going to be taken down. Positive yardage there.
39 coming off the pile.
O'Brien with the stop on number 20. Newman, the senior. Number 74 for Riverside checking into the game. Brockway Oleastro, the freshman. 6'2", 230. That's why you see him out there. Big body.
Update score, I know real quick here. Nishinek scored a touchdown, so they're up in that one in the second half.
So Garcia in the shotgun, got 2 wide outs to the left, throws it out there, got his man, going to be enough for a first down, driven down by number 20. Excuse me.
24 or Dante?
28 Patterson.
28.
So nice pickup on the gain there, on the play there for Riverside.
Basically 15 yards there in the first down. And that's something Riverside needed. If you're trying to do something here points-wise, got to get the first downs.
So now Garcia under center, I formation. Goes back to pass under duress and had to hurry to throw that time as Patterson was in there to gum things up. Ethan Patterson, the 5'10", 170-pound senior, who's made his mark known here in the secondary throughout the season. I was going to say incomplete pass stops the clock, but under mercy rule, it keeps on rolling. Once again here, last game of the season, senior night here for Riverside Panthers. On this second down and 10. Handoff. Janis makes a man miss, but taken down there. Declan Gray was in there as well as Luciano Gagrick to make the stop. Pickup of 1 on the play, going to bring up a 3rd down and 9. their quarter is wrong on the scoreboard. I just noticed.
Yeah, it's not fourth quarter yet.
So on this 3rd and 9, Riverside coming up to the line. Garcia in the shotgun. Wolverines bringing everything this time. And gets his pass complete. Going to be enough for a first down. Driven out by Dante Pierce as number 27, Hare, makes the catch. The junior, 6'3", uses his length advantage.
Yep.
Seen that several times tonight from Hare.
About a 14-yard gain, first down once again. So back-to-back 15 and 14-yard completions. And that's almost half their yards just like that in the second half.
So Garcia coming back out. Gets his play from Coach Hand on the sidelines. .55 the center out over the ball. Garcia back to pass. Throws it down there. Got a man. Oh! And dropped it, but I think the coverage by Dominic Hogue was in there, and he really got his hand in between the ball and Zach Hare's body. And he was not able to make the catch. Great defensive play there by Hogue to bring it up to incomplete pass. So now a 2nd down and 10. Already halfway through this 3rd quarter. Garcia under center. Wide out to the right, one to the left. Hand off to Janis. Nice run there. Gagrick brings him down with Walters, the senior, finishing him off. A nice pickup for Janis on that 2nd down run. Picks up about 8. Going to bring up a 3rd and 2. So Janis coming up. There's a handoff to Janis. I think he's going to get enough. Forward momentum takes him forward to get enough for the first down.
Riddell a little slow to get up for the Wolverines.
So timeout taken by Riverside. We gonna take a timeout too, Brad, real quick?
Yeah,
if we could, why don't we?
Yep.
Okay, welcome back, folks. There's a handoff to number 30 that time, and he rolls and bumbles his way forward. Austin DeGarmo, the junior, comes in there.
Bringing up a 2nd down and 1.
So a 9-yard pickup on the play, going to bring up a 2nd down and 1. For the Panthers. Crowd in the line is the Wolverines, and stopping him there, O'Brien was in there to stop the ball carrier. Who carried the ball that time, do you know? No, okay. DeGarmo with the carry. Are you? Oh, I thought he was going to measure again. See, 3 in
Yeah,
one
they are
game.
measuring.
They are measuring, and the official talking kind of both teams.
Yeah, maybe things get a little chippy out there.
Oh, okay, now they're going to say first down.
Now they're just going to say first down.
Riverside, first down.
So
Oh, boy. So another first down for Riverside. They went from 4 first downs in that first half to 7, just like that.
unfortunately for them, it ran 9 minutes off the clock.
Exactly.
So there's a handoff this time to Janice. Kind of plows his way forward, going over that left side.
Bringing up a second down.
Going to be second down. Looked like O'Brien was in there for that stop once again. P.J. DuBois checking back in. As senior Ryder Grinnan checks out. So 2nd and 6 here for the Panthers. Back to pass. Going down the middle of the field that time, and just out of the outstretched arms of number 20, Brady Newman.
3rd down and 6.
Ball falls incomplete. He had a step, but Garcia was a bit hustled on that play and threw it just a little bit too far. Hope everybody enjoyed the bonfire there at Elport last night, put on by our football boosters. We certainly thank them for all the work they do, not just during the season, but year-round. That's a year-round deal when you become involved with the boosters. Back to pass. The lefty throws it out there, gets his man, looks the ball in. Nice catch there by number 27, Zach Hare.
Pushed out of bounds by Dante Pierce.
Dante Pierce gets him out of bounds, but not after a significant gain, enough for a Riverside first down. Riverside able to move the ball here on this first drive, but that rolling clock hurts. As this drive has taken up 11 minutes of play time. You don't realize how much that clock starts and stops until it don't quit once. Garcia, handoff to Janice. Daccio and O'Brien there to bring him down. Positive yardage on the play, going to pick up about 3, we'll call it. Maybe 2. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 8.
2nd down and 8.
So they are going to need to run a play before this fast-moving third quarter is over. Garcia, handoff this time to 27, trying to pick his way through and driven down
Hare with the run.
there by number 8, Luciano Gagrick. Hare with the run. Picks up a few yards. That's going to be the end of the third quarter.
Bringing up a 3rd down and 4.
And it'll be 3rd and 4 when we resume play on the 4th quarter. Brad, don't go to timeout here. I do this every year. This is our last regular season game. We do not know what we're going to be doing next week. We feel confident. We know that how the Wolverines will be playing. But a huge thank you. Thank you to the players, the parents, the boosters, for supporting us in what we do each and every week and all the sports we get to cover. Dakota Marshall, probably one of the most caring people you'll ever meet. I got to know him the last couple years. Does a great job on camera. Does a lot on the electrical side of things. Helps with the Twitter and update page. Brad Windhorst, we met here. This is our 6th year doing this, Brad? 6 years ago. I've known his family my whole life, but got to know Brad, and I will tell you, nobody knows the time that he puts in to the extracurricular activities here at Ellwood City. I'm probably know it as much as anybody. Maybe his parents have an idea, but it's a passion that Brad has for high school sports, the care and passion that he has for Ellwood City sports. It is something that I'm proud to call you friend Brad, and you're a good guy, and all that you do, a lot of it goes unnoticed, but I know it is greatly, greatly appreciated by so many people here within the Ellwood City community. And outside of that, I get a lot of other coaches in that say, hey, we love watching your broadcast. We love seeing the information you put out there. So thank you, Dakota. Thank you, Brad. It is an absolute joy doing what we do. Back to live action in this fourth quarter. Goes down there, and just through the arms. Valiant effort there made by Brady Newman, unable to corral that ball in on that 3rd and 4.
The feeling is mutual.
It's a lot of fun.
100%. The past 6 years that we've been doing this, it has been exciting. It's been enjoyable. And I still remember that first time you asked me to do this. And it was a tall task, but my goodness. You and I have even said it. You go back and listen to our first 6 years of broadcasting.
Geez.
Oh, man. Let's not bring that up again.
I hope we got better. I hope we got better. The technology part of it certainly has, and I hope we have too. Fumbles the ball, tries to pick it up, and just launches it. Did Garcia on that 4th down and 4. That's going to be a turnover on downs. They drove the ball quite a long ways, but they come up empty. So the Wolverines now will take over with 10 minutes and 40 couple seconds on a rolling clock here in this fourth quarter, leading 35-0. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. There's a handoff to Elijah. Makes a man miss. Does a little spin move. Going to get positive yardage. I think.
Palmer McCain with the short run, bringing up a 2nd down and 6.
I'm going to say 56 with the tackle.
So Joshua Gunther, the senior, with the tackle. So Smiley. Whistle blow dead, and that might have been a blessing because the Smiley got the ball but flowed a little bit.
Offsides, Riverside.
So Riverside started that offsides. So not quite enough for a first down. No, it is enough for a first down. Moving to 6 once again via the penalty. 2nd time tonight we've seen that. So now 1st and 10. Handoff to Elijah. Makes a man miss. Coming up that left side. Makes a man, slips out of the foot tackle. Gets it out to about the 32-yard line.
Palmer McCain
Going to pick up about 14 on that play, Brad.
First down. Ellwood.
Yeah, we'll officially give him 13.
13.
Give or take a crooked line.
Okay.
We're going to say 12, actually.
12?
Officially 12. Yep, officially 12. My apologies.
So, 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Elijah Palmer McCain in the backfield. Smiley under center. Pitches out there to Elijah. That time, bottled up, makes a man miss, making something out of nothing. You've seen him do it all year. Going to get about 4 yards on that play.
Number 54 with the tackle.
Palmer McCain brought down by
So,
Janice and number 54.
Tyler Richards and Janice get credit with the tackle. Just a little over 8 minutes remaining here.
I have officially at 150. So 39?
Yep.
Perfect.
So handoff to Elijah. Up the middle he goes. And gets it up to the 40-yard down line that time. Pick up of 5 on the play.
With the tackle on Palmer McCain, bringing up a 3rd down and 2.
All right, 3rd and 2 now for the Wolverines.
I think the tackle was, I think they said Dugas, of 48. Ryan Dugas.
Okay.
as we try to keep track of the defensive stats, because we all know that there's going to be some substitutions here,
Yeah,
keeping them as much as we can.
Handoff. This time to Patterson, the senior.
Oh, my.
And I think he, depends upon the spot, going to have enough for the first down. Nice to see number 28, Ethan Patterson, the senior, get to carry the ball a little bit. And
I think they're going to say just short.
Just a bit short.
4th down and 1.
So 4th, and I'm going to say less than 1 now. Some wholesale changes. Elijah Palmer, McCain coming back in. Luch Gagrick. So on this 4th and 1, got a wide out to the left, one to the right, and going to be a timeout taken there by the Riverside Panthers. Their second. They will have one. They took one out earlier, didn't they? Okay,
Yeah.
their second. They'll have one remaining in this contest. So, folks, we can feel pretty good about this. 3 o'clock tomorrow will be the pairing show. So we'll find out where everyone's playing next Friday night. But I think we can feel pretty safe in saying, Brad, the playoff drought for the Ellwood City Wolverine football team is over. 12 years into it. 12 years into it. And it's special.
Well, if you think about the stat, just put it in perspective real quick. I am 32 years old. I have seen 2 playoff seasons. And in fact, in those 32 years, I have literally seen in person about 20 seasons, 3 non-losing seasons.
Right.
So
right. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at
it feels good.
Is it 4 non-losing seasons since 2000? And they're going to be finish here at 5-5, but they are going to make the playoffs.
Yes.
And a handoff up the middle. No, it was a quarterback sneak, a keeper
Yeah,
by
keeper.
Smiley on that 4th and 1, and he's going to get enough for the first down. As number 74, we said his name tonight. Brockway Oleastro. He was in
And
the
now we
guys
have.
in there. So, but 3 o'clock tomorrow, we'll find out where we're playing next Friday night and who, and it will definitely be a home game. I can assure, or an away game. I can assure you that. The broadcasting, we'll talk tomorrow. We'll see where we're at and get a plan in place for what we can do on the broadcasting side of things. Patterson hit there and still not giving up, but he gets pancaked down there by number 2, Janice, to finish him off. But holding on to him was Jaden Phillips, slowing him down for Patterson.
Met by the Panthers D-line, bringing up a
So number 77 for the Wolverines got a little hitch in his giddy up. Shane Lutz coming off the field.
The official actually helped him off the field, or helped him up off the field.
Okay. So Perry DuBois checking in now there to take Shane Lutz's spot. So Dante Pierce now in the backfield. There's a handoff to Dante and stumbles his way forward for a couple yards.
Patterson with the run, brought down by Frankie Krigic.
Krigic with the tackle. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 7. With 5 minutes remaining in the game. So as we said, Brad, we'll know here 3 o'clock, 3:30 tomorrow where the Wolverines will be playing next. Smiley under center on this 3rd down. Back to pass, rolls out to the right. Looks like a keeper. He's got a blocker down there in Walters, and he's going to get enough for the first down.
Smiley with the run. Ellwood City first down.
That's going to be a first down as 27 was over there to make the stop for Riverside. Zach Hare said his name quite a bit tonight, did we, on Zach Hare, the junior, 6'3", 200 pounds. 1st and 10 now. And got a new quarterback in there. Last name Smiley, but the first name is Tyler. Chris's younger brother, Tyler Smiley, the sophomore, checks into the game.
Yeah, the second time we've seen him this season. There was one other game that we saw Tyler coming for a little bit.
A lot of new clean uniforms in there now as we're in the final 4 minutes of this game. Tyler Smiley Handoff to number 7. Makes a man miss as he rolls up through there. Was Anthony Barbario, the sophomore. And Barbario, we see him a lot on special teams, but he's pretty shifty. You know, when he gets the ball, like how he cuts.
He's got a little bit of elusiveness, and we've seen it at the middle
that's the
school.
word I was looking for.
Just some neat
elusiveness.
little, cut back.
New word of the day.
Thank you.
Elusiveness.
Sometimes I have some good ones. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot easier when it's a Mercy in the second half.
I know what you mean. So Smiley going to keep it. Got a lane, goes up the middle. Bowls a man over.
Man.
The sophomore, Tyler Smiley, comes up and meets Joe Chill and said, nice to see you. And Chill takes him down, or they took each other down, basically. A nice pickup on the play for the sophomore, Tyler Smiley.
Pickup of 17. Wow. I know the stats in the second half are going to look a little weird just because this is the first drive for Ellwood.
Yeah, that first drive was 12 minutes and a half.
Yeah.
Fast clock changes things in a hurry. So Smiley on the
I
keeper,
like
going to
this.
try the right side this time. Gets it dependent upon the spot. He goes out of bounds.
Give credit to number 10 with the block out there. Brady
McDaniel, the junior.
Looking good.
As I said, senior night here. I'm sure a lot of emotion going on here. Emotion with the band, the cheer, knowing this will be their last game in football here at Riverside. 2 wide outs to the right, 2 to the left is Tyler Smiley now in the shotgun. Hands off to Barbario. Lost his footing a little bit, but follows his way forward enough for a first down. And I got to give a shout out. I should have done it with a band because his son's in the band. His son's also on that cross-country team that's going to be competing in Hershey. But Steffler Window Cleaning. Donate some time to Riverside and come clean their windows in their press box. You can't even see out of them. Good thing it's not cold. You put the windows up. Smiley now. Pursuit around the right side. Oh, hit hard there. Ooh. Big time hit. Number 7, Chill, got a hit on him that time.
Chill with the tackle on number 18, Tyler Smiley.
So it looks like he picked up 1. So just over a minute remaining here.
Yep, on this second down and 10. Smiley up the middle, and shirt tackle there made.
Tackle made by Tyler Richards.
Tyler Richards got a hold of the shirt.
Third down.
Play differential on the clock here. We are going to have to run one more play if you're the Wolverines.
4th and 5.
So it's going to be 4th and 5. Change of possession would stop the clock. So let's get a first down.
I like to see a fade pass here or something.
And
or that works, and it'll be a touchdown.
And
yes!
Into the end zone he goes. Mr. Tyler Smiley, the sophomore quarterback, comes in and makes him pay as he goes into the end zone for, how far was that run?
That was officially, we're going to give it credit as an 8-yard run.
8-yard run for Tyler Smiley on the quarterback keeper. And I'm impressed with Smiley running on that last drive. Did a nice job in that quarterback position coming off the bench. Taking the place of his brother. And I know them 2 boys, and I'm telling you right now, Tyler's going to go home and say, how many touchdowns did you score tonight, Chris? Going for 2. Tyler Smiley. Oh, he dropped the ball. That's number 10 on that one. That was Brady McDaniel. And a 2-point conversion fails. So with 29 seconds remaining in the contest, it's 41-0 in favor of our Wolverines. So we'll hold right here for the final few seconds of this game. Stick around, folks. We'll have some full game stats for you at the conclusion of the game. Get you some out-of-town scores, and see what we got going on as the Ellwood City Wolverines, after 12 years, find themselves into the playoffs. In that 12 years, you think about it. I mean, I know the town's excited. You walk in the grocery store, you walk downtown, I get stopped. Hey, they want to hear about Elijah Palmer, and they want to talk about Smile. They talk about the line. They talk about the games. That excitement is there, as it should be. We went to a 28-game losing streak in that 12 years. We went to a 28-game and an 18-game losing streak in that stretch.
And one of those was when I was in school. So this one felt really good.
One was when my son played.
Yeah. And more importantly, Thad, it's going to be a little bit of a rub here. 41-0. It feels good to have your most points scored for once in this century, this decade.
Right, that point differential to be that much. Taken there by number 5 at
like
the 15.
This. Oh, boy.
They're going to pitch it to number 27 here, and he was not fooled.
Nope.
Dante Pierce was down there disrupting things. And, folks, as the clock winds down and strikes 0, the Ellwood City Wolverines have defeated the Riverside Panthers with a score of 41-0 and have punched their ticket to the 2023 WPIAL playoffs. What a beautiful thing to be a part of, folks. Handshakes now going on in the middle of the field. After 7 years of being defeated by the Riverside Panthers, the Wolverines will be bringing the RivEll Cup back home 3 miles away to Ellwood City. So stick with us here, folks. We're going to take a break, Brett. Or you want to stay here?
Yeah, we'll leave the camera here. We'll just mute ourselves for a bit. We'll just leave the camera on and
look for some things.
We'll do some stats. We'll just leave the camera roll and we'll see what we can do. So take a time out. We'll turn off our mics just for a little bit and we'll be right back. All right, folks, welcome back here to Riverside Stadium, Panther Stadium here in Riverside High School. Final score 41-0. We have updated the records. You'll see that Ellwood City officially improves to 5-5. They'll make playoffs with a 3-4 section record-wise. Riverside will officially finish their season 1-8, 1-6 in section play. Let's do some final stats here. Almost jumped the gun there. A quick second half there. In fact, that was only a 32-minute second half between the two quarters. Final score 41-0. Rushing yards, wow, 207 to 44 in favor of the Wolverines. Not to be outdone. Passing yards 170 to 84. Both teams had one good official final drive, adding up those yards. Total yards 377 to 128. Pretty dominant result there. Turnovers, big 2 turnovers by Riverside. They were in the first quarter. Some big ones there that put up those 21 points for Ellwood City. 6 penalties for 30 yards, 5 for 36. Numbers that pretty much did not change in that second half. Some individual stats here. We were keeping track of it. We're going to officially have Elijah Palmer McCain here. He is officially at 154. So that would put him, unofficially until we put these stats into the book system, officially 35 yards short of the rushing record, which, well, he could go and put that number up there next week because we have a game. So we'll get some individual stats here. Elijah Palmer came 15 carries for 154, 4 touchdowns. That puts him up to 16 on the season, a 10.3 average on the night. Tyler Smiley, he came in actually as the second best runner, 5 for 39 and that 1 touchdown, a 7.8 average. Chris Smiley 4 for officially 5 yards on the evening. On the flip side, Robert Janis, 17 carries, 33 yards, a 1.9 average. Good job by the Wolverine frontline defense. Aiden Garcia, 9 for 20, 84 yards along with 22. Flip side, Chris Smiley, 9 for 14, 170 and a touchdown and 47 yards. All of those numbers did not change in the second half, all in that first half. Receiving-wise, Zach Hare, 7 for 74. The one big bright side for the Panthers would be Hare and Newman on the evening. On the flip side, Declan Gray, 1 for 47 and a touchdown. Michael Walters, 2 for 40. Gackrick, 1 for 35. Curry, 2 for 31. And Hogue for 2 for 21. So there are your official stats from tonight. The big stat line, I would say, you went and said it, Thad. 42 plays, 128, an average of 3 yards per play compared to 44 plays, 377, 8.6. When you're averaging 8.6 yards per attempt on offense, you're going to do something pretty darn good. All right, here we go. Let's do the rundown. Let's get some out-of-town scores here. The MAC Conference. Ellwood City obviously over Riverside 41-0. Freedom in a dogfight with the Lions. New Brighton just down by 1. It's 13-12 Freedom fourth quarter. Western Beaver and Beaver Falls Saturday. Here you go, folks. We now officially have a final score. Neshannock pulls off the victory 13-7 over Mohawk. So Neshannock will be officially the number 1 seed from the MAC. Mohawk will be the number 2. We'll find out who 3 and 4 is, but we also know that we know who number 5 is, and that's Ellwood City. Out-of-town scores, final on Thursday afternoon. Union beat Summit Academy 49-22. Steel Valley just cruising, and it looks like they may potentially have something to say. Not previewing it, but Steel Valley could potentially get that number 3 seed. I have a feeling we may have a little bit of a date coming with them. 47-14, Steel Valley cruising. McGuffey and Washington still battling in third quarter. It's 13-7 Washington. That's potentially for the number 1 overall seed in the 2A. A little bit up north, Newcastle. Oh, boy, got to keep the records here intact. There's about a 3 or 4 team opportunity here for the 5A Newcastle team, 4A Newcastle team. They're up 14-3 on Blackhawk, wow. And there's a chance that Newcastle, even with just 2 wins on the season, but they're the more important ones, the 2 conference wins could make playoffs. Laurel cruising past Shenango, so that means Laurel will most likely be in the playoffs. They're up 22-7. If they win that, Laurel is in. Final score here at the bottom, headed to the fourth quarter, Southside Beaver 33-0 on Rochester. So it sounds like Neshannock, Mohawk, Laurel, Ellwood City will be those teams, including, I believe, Wilmington up in District 10, will be making playoffs. And that, for the first time since 2011, we've got another date.
Yes, we do.
And we go past Week 10.
And that's a really great feeling. Congratulations to Coach Bradley, his coaching staff, and the whole entire team. Coach Bradley came in here with taking over the team with a 28-game losing streak. Came in last year, won a couple games. I think even more importantly, was competitive in a lot of games. Turned the corner into this year to go 5-5. And hey, it's a tall order, but we're going to the dance. We're in the bracket. We are going to be playing next week, and playoff experience is something that you cannot practice on a football field. You can't practice on a volleyball court. You can't practice on a basketball court. Playoffs is just a whole different animal, and it's going to be an awesome experience. 3 o'clock tomorrow. Keep apprised of our Facebook, social media outlets to let you know where we're going. Broadcasting next week. I'll just say it, there is a substantial fee for us to go do that. And we got some ideas, some things in place. And we're gonna find out where we're going and let people on a higher pay scale than us decide how we're gonna proceed with that. But with that, thank you to Riverside for hosting us tonight. Great room in the press box. On behalf of Dakota Marshall, our cameraman, and Brad Winhorst, our producer, stat man, the man with the plan, the man that got it all going, and myself, Thad Sturgeon. People ask, why do we do it, Brad? We do it for the love of the game, the players that play it, the coaches that coach it, and the fans who love it. That is why we do it. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast as much as we've enjoyed presenting it to you. Good night, everybody.